So you've put weeks into creating the perfect digital product only to see it flop with 0 sales? You're not alone. For most people, launching a digital product feels like a gamble, and the results can be frustrating. You end up wasting time, money, and resources on creating the killer digital product, but you have no profit to show for it. I've developed a framework that generated $166,000 from my very first product launch without a massive audience or spending thousands on ads. And you do not need to spend hours on the guesswork. It's a proven system designed to help you create a product that people actually want to buy. So by the end of this video, you will have the exact steps to build and launch a digital product that can finally get your business off the ground. To create a killer digital product, you need to understand what separates a good product from a bad one. Most people dive straight into creating something, writing courses, designing templates, without really thinking about what makes a product worth buying. And after spending countless hours researching and testing, I've boiled it down into a 3-pillar framework. And this framework is your roadmap, and each pillar is packed with actionable tips that you can apply right now. But here's the kicker. After we go through these 3 pillars, I will show you exactly how you create your product step by step, saving you time and avoiding common pitfalls. So let's start with the first pillar, ideation. Start with demand-driven design. Usually digital products start with a bad idea. At the end of the day, a good idea comes from research, and without it, you're basically throwing ideas at the wall, waiting for it to stick. But in order to find a good idea, you need to do research the right way. And that means not copying other people's digital products blindly, stealing ideas from others, or spending hours looking for viral product. The best products solve problems people already know they have. So instead of starting with what you think is great, find out what your audience is already begging for. Map out the pain points. People are constantly sharing their frustrations online, and that's the best way for you to find out what digital products to make. Read comments on competing products, look at reviews, and join niche communities like Reddit threads or Facebook groups. So for example, if you're a fitness creator, you might notice a pattern. People say they're scared of losing weight in the wrong areas. They want to lose weight on their belly, but not on their legs. And that's your insight. So I suggest that you list down all of these pain points that you can find, and from there you can start thinking of ideas. And that's the easy part. You can probably think of dozens of ideas on the spot. The trick will be knowing which ideas are good. So I'll make it easy for you. If you manage to think of an idea that solves all of the pain points you found, then that's a good idea. So instead of making another generic weight loss program, you create something specific, like a full body workout that shapes the legs better while helping them to lose belly fat. And this hits a nerve with people because it's exactly what they've been asking for. It's even better if you already have a community on your own, since you can just ask them up front what they want. There are tons of ways you can do that, but it can get harder to manage if you have multiple platforms. So balancing newsletters, Discord servers, and social media platforms, it can be difficult to reply to everyone in your audience at the same time, all while gathering data and responses. One really good tool that I like to use is Passion.io, since you can connect directly with your audience by running polls, surveys, and live Q&A sessions all on one single platform. But there's a way for you to go even deeper during the ideation phase, and that's by using micro niches. One of the biggest problems that creators face when they're trying to sell digital products is the saturation of the market. There are thousands of other digital products being sold, and yours has to somehow stand out among the rest. Looking at it this way, it feels impossible, and that's why you should target micro niches. Everybody's trying to sell digital products to the big markets, but if you make your target too wide, you end up getting overshadowed by other products. So what exactly is a micro niche? A micro niche are the small markets that you find hidden in the bigger ones. So if you want to target the content creation market, its micro niches would be social media managers, streamers, and YouTubers. Products that speak directly to niche problems means that you will face less competition and have much higher demand. Now you probably have a good idea ready to be turned into a digital product, and there are hundreds of ways you can actually do that. But I'm going to give you the number one tip that I've seen more than 350 successful digital products use, and it's easier to implement than you think. The transformation framework. In order to start building your product, you need to have an overall goal. And I've noticed that most digital products barely get sales because they don't push the user into a transformation. People don't buy products, they buy outcomes. They want to know how your product will change their life, even in a small way. Think about it. Which one would you buy? A Notion template that helps you organize your projects, or a Notion template that promises to boost your productivity by 50%? Obviously the second one. And that's because people are wired to enjoy improvement. When we are given a product that says it can improve us in some way, we prioritize it over other products that just get a simple task done. That's why why I call this the transformation framework. It's this 3-step framework that will help you plan out the contents of your digital product while focusing on giving your user a transformation. Starting with the name of your product should be easy. At this point, you have a thorough understanding of your audience and ideas. All you need to do is give it a concrete name, which is exactly what we're doing in step 1, naming your product. The name of your product matters more than you think. A great name is memorable and ties directly to the outcome your audience wants. Think about what your audience wants to achieve and give your framework a name that embodies that goal. For example, instead of a fitness plan, call it the hourglass method to instantly connect with your audience's desirable outcome. Plus, when you're brainstorming names, think about what makes your audience excited. Words like blueprint, method, or system add authority and clarity to your product's promise. But it's not just your product's name that should be connected to your users' wants. Which brings us to step 2, simplify the steps. The actual content of your digital product should be built off of the name you just gave it. And this is where a lot of creators mess up. It can be hard to decide what to add to a digital product and how to make sure that it's still high value. Because there are so many ways to make the content, I've decided to just give you one actionable piece of advice that you should always follow regardless of the niche, audience, or product type. Break your solution into 3 to 5 simple actionable steps. And each step should feel like progress without overwhelming your audience. And it should always lead your user closer towards the product's overall transformation. For example, a time management course could have steps like audit your day, set 3 core priorities, and automate the rest. Keep the steps clear and actionable, no jargon or fluff. Another good way to keep your audience engaged is to create milestones, which brings us to step 3, create milestones. Every step should have a small win attached to it, and this keeps your audience motivated, and it makes them feel as if they're already making progress toward their goal. So let's say that you're building a Twitter growth plan. The first milestone could be setting up your profile and getting your first 100 followers. These wins build momentum, and it keeps your users engaged. You can complete these steps really easily by using course builder tools like Udemy, Skillshare, or Coursera. But for this, I like to use Passion.io because it has the drip content feature. This lets me release modules progressively instead of all at the same time. In that way, I can slowly add milestones and lessons over time. While your content keeps your audience engaged, that's only the first step of the process. Because once you release a digital product, you have to find a way to keep people coming back for more. You obviously don't want your customers to buy once and then never check out your other products ever again. And you can avoid that by building a dedicated ecosystem. An experience ecosystem is an interconnected system of tools, content, and community that keeps your audience engaged long after the first purchase. So why does this work? Because repeat engagement builds trust and familiarity, which makes it easier to introduce upsells or premium products. So if your audience is consistently using or loving your product, they are much more likely to buy your next offer or refer others to your ecosystem. There are multiple ways you can develop this ecosystem, but these are some of the best methods I have found after researching other top-selling digital products. Community integration. If you haven't yet, I suggest that you build a dedicated community around your product. A private Slack or Discord group where members can share progress, ask questions, and celebrate wins adds immense value. And it's not just about the engagement either, because creating a community allows you to develop a network effect where your audience supports each other, driving even deeper loyalty. And from there, you can then continue to get more feedback for future products. And it also lets you drop more content in front of an audience that already wants to buy what you're selling. Ongoing content drops. Another good way to keep your community growing is to add new modules, updates, or bonuses. For example, release exclusive videos, updated templates, or bonus chapters every few weeks, and frame these as members-only perks to keep your audience excited and eager for what's next. While you can use other third-party tools to keep in touch with your audience, I like to use Passion.io mainly because it allows me to send out push notifications to my entire audience. So whenever I have a new product or module gets released, I can let them know immediately. By building an experience ecosystem, your product can begin driving recurring revenue, and your audience gets consistent value, and you get a scalable business that grows naturally over time. You're turning one-time customers into loyal fans, and loyal fans are the foundation for any successful business. If you're ready to start building your digital product, check out Passion.io. It makes every single step of the entire process insanely simple and lets you save much more time and money instead of jumping from platform to platform. So if you're interested, sign up today through the link in the description. And thanks for watching.